welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Today is a little bit of a different video, one I've not done in a while, and to be honest it's because every time I school it is often on the evenings after work, so I have to use lights and it's pitch black, so you wouldn't really be able to see anything. Plus, to be honest, over winter I had big plans to do a lot in terms of schooling and like dressage to try and boost our marks up, but I just feel like it hasn't happened. I feel like winter has passed us by and I am not much further along than I was kind of October, November time. But anyway, it is what it is. So today's video is just a little schooling session. Obviously I haven't kept it all in because that would be boring. I've only kept some of it in. But basically the aim of today was to try and get over cross pole without being terrified. We did a little jump competition in February, I think, and we hadn't been to one for a while, and I got eliminated, so that went well. And since we have also done an arena hire, we were going to have a lesson, but yeah, so things didn't plan out as we'd hoped, so we didn't end up doing that much, to be honest. And it wasn't until after that arena hire that I kind of looked back, and I've actually kept a little bit of a schedule of everything I've done with crews since the end of October when the lights started really going, just so I could try and keep a bit of a track of things. And when I looked at that, I had my last jump lesson at the end of October, which was amazing. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was cantering to fences, and I think I was getting about 5 in a row and things, so I was really chuffed with where we were at that point. And obviously I think one of our last competitions was our like ODE at Pickering Grange, where we came first, so I was absolutely chuffed with that. So really it was just to try and get back into the swing of things. Since then, as I'd mentioned already, we've only been to one competition and I think done one little jump at home, so it feels like a long way off currently, in terms of confidence and just where we are. Cruz would obviously jump the moon tomorrow, I think, but I'm just not there with him. So yeah, as I mentioned, today's goal was just to get over cross pole, and I thought I would bring you guys along with me, just, you know, so that I can partly watch the footage back as well. I often think I've got a bit of a fear at the minute with cantering jumps, and when I watch like videos back that people have taken, I always think, oh, I'm not actually going that fast, and in my head it's felt like ridiculous and really out of control. So I thought if I try and record a few more of our sessions, hopefully I will like come to terms with the fact that we're not going out of control and everything's actually fine. But yeah, so as you can see, we're just having a warm up. We've had a walk and trot. I was mainly working on the one rein today, just with how I'd got the placing pole set up in front of the vertical. That was just something I did sort of at the end of my lessons last year, and I thought was quite helpful, especially if I was trying to canter, because obviously the horse stuck their feet out for the pole rather than the jump, as when Cruz goes for a long one he really knocks me off balance, so I thought that might just help give me a bit more motivation. But to be honest, I didn't end up cantering anything in the end. I did only trot and pop, but I was quite chuffed that I'd even done that. So yeah, little steps at a time. So here we go, we have already done 2 trot and pops over the cross pole, and Cruz has been a really good boy. He is one of those horses where the more he does, the more excited and strong he gets. So I have to kind of just try and get on with it as quick as possible, and not faff, which is against everything in my brain. But yeah, so I just wanted to try and not make a big deal out of it, do a couple, just trot and pop them and move on. So after we trotted and popped the cross pole a couple of times, I decided to go ahead and do the vertical. Again, just trotting and popping, although I did have the canter pole in place. I decided that I wasn't going to take it any further than that today. My aim was just going to be to get over them, which we did, so I was really happy. boy, Cruz. Good boy, Cruzy. Here I was just trying to get a feel for his canter and try and count it out a little bit. It's funny, isn't it, because hacking and things, I don't even think about how fast he's going, and to be honest, I quite enjoy it, but just jumping, because there's an obstacle in the way, it really puts fear into me, and as I said earlier, I think he's going quite fast and I'm kind of looking out of control, when in fact it's just his normal level canter. So that was why I was just counting out loud there, just to try and get a feel for it and get the striding in my head, really. I think this shows how, as Cruz gets more excited and he knows his job, bless him, he just gets a little bit stronger, a little bit more excited, starting to throw me off balance. So that was actually going to be my last jump, and I was going to try and do a vertical through to the cross pole, but because I sort of felt I'd lost him, I didn't, but I kept going, trotted a circle, and then wanted to represent at the cross pole in control to make sure we didn't have any silly outbursts and make sure I just felt comfortable. We're just ending on a big canter round, and then I did decide very spontaneously of me that I would trot and pop the cross bolt one last time for good luck, and then just letting him have a stretch before cooling him down. Good lad. Well done. Then to end the session, we're just having a nice long stretchy trot, which is something I'm trying to do with a lot of my schooling sessions now. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video very soon. Bye!